All right, so we got the Emperor introducing Ferrus to the greatest of all time. Oh, I'm sorry, I misread. To Vulkan. Make sure you guys follow my Twitch down below. Also, man, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're that close to 8,000 subscribers. Let's go.
Flawed Row here. Now, is it just me, or has it been too long since we had some Primarch talk around here? That's right. Today, we are talking Primarchs. And not just Primarchs. Emperor of mankind too.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Today we are taking a look at the first time Ferrus Manus met his brother Vulkan.
Yep.
With the Emperor and Ferrus discussing Vulkan as they watch him in battle. Two of my favourite Primarchs and the Emperor of mankind.
Bro. Vulkan's everybody's favorite Primarch. It's just a lot of people don't even want to admit it. See, in this world that we live in, bro, a lot of people, they hate to see winners. They hate to see success. You know, they come with all these different types of reasons of why these, certain people won. They be like, oh, well, he cheated or he finessed his way to the top and he did it. I mean, they just hate to see somebody win, and that's just life itself, I mean, practically, bro, this world hated a perfect man. Like, do I expect, like, come on now. Like, listen, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to get too deep, but like, do I expect anything better from this world, bro? No. If you're a winner at what you do, if you're a winner, if you're somebody, who's going to get after it, no quit, you will be hated on, and it's okay. That's just everything that Vulkan ever stood for, so he's everybody's favorite Primarch, bro. Everybody's. Like, it's just a lot of people don't want to admit it, and it's okay.
Oh man, this is going to be a good one. Spoiler warning to begin, the events we are discussing today are from the short story Mercy of the Dragon by Nick Kime. And as always, I really recommend you read the story for yourself first, as that's the best way to enjoy the lore. Not only that, but we help to support the Great Black Library and Games Workshop. And I've got to tell you guys, this one is one of the best short stories I've read. It really is. Not only do we get a unique look at the relationship between Vulkan and his father, the Emperor, but the Emperor's relationship with Ferrus and Vulkan. I will, of course, put a link to the short story on the Black Library website in the description, as always. But seriously, if you...
Bro, this video is going to make me happy. I can't lie to you. Already, we're like a minute and 30 in. Man, bro, I'm about to be smiling from ear to ear like the Grinch.
Haven't read it. It's only like £2.50. What on earth are you waiting for?
£2.50.
Then come back to the video. But with that said, let's jump straight in.
Let's jump in. Let's get right to it. Let's go.
Now, this story splits its time between the heat of a battle and Vulkan speaking with his father, the Emperor, back home on Nocturne before leaving for the Great Crusade. And I'll definitely go over this conversation in depth another day, but Vulkan is very concerned about leaving his homeworld to be a warlord. He's a maker, not a destroyer.
Facts.
And he asks about his brothers. Are they even like him? Could he ever feel a bond of...
No, Goat, they're not. No, they're not like you, bro. Nobody's like you. You're one of one. You're the greatest of all time. You're like, bro, you're like diamond dozen. Like you're a diamond in a bunch of dirt, bro. Like, this is what it is. Like, bro, no. None of your brothers are like you. As a matter of fact, your brothers are the opposite of you. I'm sorry. Vulkan, I'm sorry to tell you this, and I know, you don't want me to tell you whatever. My bad. Sorry. But your brothers, they don't even come close to who you are. Just drip, success, how strong you are, how much you're willing to take. Bro, I don't see anybody that was willing to take anything as gruel as you did, my sweet glorious king. So,
fraternity with them? And the Emperor merely smiles at this and says, "Let me tell you of Ferrus." The Gorgon grinned, an altogether ugly expression on such a grizzled face. "He is ferocious," he said, his voice as gritty and harsh as his appearance. His black armour was shorn to the bare ceramite in places, though the scorch marks caused by fire barely showed. "The way you described him, I thought you did not expect a warrior," said the Emperor, his gilded panoply gleaming. He stood upon a blasted hillock, not that he needed the vantage to look imposing. His stature and power spoke for themselves. Despite the battles, he remained pristine, as radiant and terrifying as a nuclear sunrise. I expected a blacksmith, but he is a destroyer. That's an interesting remark by Ferrus here, expecting a blacksmith and not a warlord. It's not so much that that is Vulkan, because we know Vulkan is very much a reluctant general.
Yeah.
But it's that the Emperor has described Vulkan that way to Ferrus. He clearly hasn't spoken of the tremendous warrior Vulkan is, as all the primarchs are. And we can infer this from Ferrus's surprise at seeing Vulkan in battle. He's clearly spoken of Vulkan, the human, for lack of a better term. He's spoken of Vulkan's personality. And to me, this is worth mentioning because what is it that makes Vulkan so unique amongst his brothers?
His humanity, you know?
His defining quality.
Facts.
His humanity.
Duh, I told
Much
you.
of the outer lands beyond the major cities of Ranknar had been reduced to ash. A bombardment lasting several days had softened up the native defences, but had seen the same forces dug in instead of broken as the Emperor had hoped. The Imperial assault, when it came, swept across all 6 continents as relentless as a hurricane. Still, the Ranknar had endured.
Bro, that's some nice
buoyed
armor,
by
y'all.
their perverse faith, the reason for the Imperium's proclamation of extinction. And so the Emperor had unleashed his dragon, and the lands had burned. Only then, slowly swallowed by fire, had the Ranknar showed any signs of defeat. I thought the Wolf King had fury, said Ferrus, admiring the spirit of his newfound brother. But this, where did you find him? A death world, said the Emperor, his piercing gaze seeing more and ranging farther than any other on both the battlefield and second battle line where he stood with his son, Ferrus Manus. One consumed by fire. Ferrus gave a snort of laughter. They watched from the blasted hillock the troops and armoured divisions arrayed before them and ready for the Gorgon's command. His warriors, his iron hands. The dragon led a company of them, and several cohorts of army auxilia. The scent of engines and hot metal from the idling artillery and battle tanks wafted over the mustering, but petered out and was swallowed up by the stink of sweat and death by the time it reached the battle.
Ew.
Less than 100 meters away. Ferrus folded his silver arms restive. They shimmered with an uncanny luster, the metal of their forging as miraculous as it was mysterious. A massive warhammer lay against one armoured shoulder, a gift from Fulgrim, and one he desired to bloody again. For now, he would do as his father ordered. He would watch, and let the dragon wreak havoc. Ferrus suspected it was not only his newfound brother who was being tested this day. An interesting thought from Ferrus there, that perhaps he is being tested as well as Vulkan. In what way, though? Perhaps how he interacts with his newfound brother? Ferrus's personality can be abrasive at the best of times. Or more likely, how Ferrus reacts to being kept on the sidelines whilst a brother led the field of battle.
Ooh, okay, wait. So does Ferrus, does he have like some type of, I mean, I don't want to say jealousy because that's not really jealousy. I feel like that's just like, no, that is jealousy. If you're on the sideline or whatever, and let's say like, for instance, your brother is like killing it in like whatever like field you guys are doing, and like you're on the sideline, and instead of like cheering him on, you're like, yo, like, and I'm not saying that Ferrus is like this, but I'm just saying like, he's basically saying that Ferrus is like, he's cool or whatever most of the time, but like, how will he react if he's on the sideline and somebody else is, you know, really taking over, or somebody else is really like, you know, stealing the show or whatever. Now, the way I see it is, if somebody, you know, if the brother that was on the sideline, if he was like, all right, cool, you know, I want to get my spot back, you know, because I was once at, like, you know, I was once there, and he was trying to work back, whatever, I don't think that's jealousy. But if, you know, if he's like on some player hating ish, and he's like, yo, you're doing a terrible job, he started like talking all this trash, that's jealousy. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's lame.
And a more inexperienced brother at that.
Because obviously, you know, if Vulkan was taking over or whatever, bro, I'm literally bowing down, bro. I'm literally bowing down, bro, getting to my knees, bro. I'm doing yees, bro. Every time Vulcan does something good, bro.
His temperament was a little hot-headed, to say the least. That seems more likely to me. Draconic in both aspect and temperament, he said, alluding to the savage scalloped warplate worn by the dragon. You taught him much of your craft, Ferrus? Asked the Emperor. None. He needed no help in that regard. When I reached the forge, he was gone, and the armour with him. The Emperor smiled, as if pleased with his work. Your assessment? Overly flamboyant, but it appears to serve well. Him, not his armour, Ferrus. I love that line. Yeah, you can just imagine the Emperor rolling his eyes as he talks to his son.
Facts.
I say it often, but it's little moments like these that truly show us the human side of the Emperor. A raised eyebrow and a grunt of acknowledgement preceded the Gorgon's reply. He fights like a Medusan earworm. Are they all like that where he came from? No. He is unique, as are you.
No, yo. See, the Emperor is doing a classic, like, mom and dad, like, type of little tactic that they do when, like, they want to be honest to their kids and try to be like, oh, well, your brother's really talented at this, but also you're talented at that as well. No. Be honest. Be real. Be honest and be real. Yo, the Emperor, just keep it real, bro. Let's not sit here and lie about, I'm going to be honest with you. I used to lie about a bunch of stuff, when I was younger. As I get older, I don't really, bro, lying is just too difficult. It's just easier to just tell the truth. Yo, just tell the truth, yo. Yo, the Emperor, just be like, yo, bro, he's unique. He's just in his own lane. He's one of one. You're not. You're just like your other brothers. Like, just say that,
His silver fingers clenched and unclenched without Ferrus realizing. He nodded. He is impressive, he admitted.
Facts.
Then turned disdainful. But Russ and Horus, even Fulgrim, they match his prowess. I see nothing special about him.
What? Yo, Ferrus, I'm gonna keep it honest with you, bro. Bro, we don't even know you. I'm sorry, yo. I speak for all the Vulcan fans. Yo, we don't even know you. There's nothing impressive. Yo, do you know who you are? Yo, Ferrus, last time I checked, bro. Yo, like, and I don't even mean to be mean. Yo, Ferrus, you can come through. We can run the ones in the street. Aren't you a loser? Because last time I checked, every battle that Vulcan's ever been in, he won. And before y'all even say, oh, orcs, the orcs. Yo, didn't he get jumped by orcs? Yo, the jumps don't count. Somebody getting jumped don't count. I'm sorry. All y'all, look, I know, you other YNs out there think that jumping somebody's cool. Newsflash, bucko. First of all, go brush your teeth. That's number one. Number two, it doesn't count. The fact that you gotta jump somebody is absolute pitiful. Okay, go get a goal. Go start up a goal right now, bro. I know you YNs think that jumping somebody is an accomplishment. It's not cool. It's not an accomplishment. You're weak. You need other people to fight your battles. You're a bum. Now listen, Ferrus, yo, don't ever say that to Vulcan. Are you dumb? I'll crash out. I'll give you 40 minutes. What do you, yo, you know what I'll do to you? Bro, I'll give you 40 minutes right now. I'll crash out on you, bro. I'll violate your name. And the Emperor can't do nothing about it because he knows that everything I'm going to say is going to be true.
You will. The Emperor paused abruptly, and the Gorgon felt his hackles rise. They are opening the gates. Ferrus hid his unease, remaining bullish. Then they are as foolish as they are blind. A sortie is insane. They don't know when they are beaten. Does any beast when cornered? They risk annihilation, said Ferrus, as the gigantic city gates did indeed open. Desperate men perform desperate acts. I feel fear in them. A fearful enemy attacks without restraint. This will be costly for us. A rust-red mist gathered around.
Yo, who do you think you... Yo, you think you like the top dollar or something? Bro, you're not good. What do you... Yo, why is he talking like he's the top dollar? Bro, I got Vulcan stumping you out, bro. Say whatever you want, bro. Say whatever you want, bro. Yo, Chum Bucket, Sam Puckett, bro, Denver Nuggets, Vulcan in 5. I got Vulcan stumping you out. What are we talking about? Is he serious?
And the opening, obscuring whatever was coming through. They are all soldiers and know the risk. Be wary of profligacy, my son. Life is not so cheap as you might think. The ruddy fog parted, and what stood before the gate stopped the Gorgon's reply dead. His eyes widened. The ground shook. Ferrus swung his warhammer into both hands. Now can we intervene? The Emperor had already drawn a glittering golden sword. Its edge burst into flames. Yes, now we can. Oh man, what a point to end it on. The Emperor and Ferrus Manus about to wade into battle. What an awesome sight that would be. And what a great passage that was. It really helps to...
It was cool. It was alright. It was cool, you know, but I don't like the disrespect towards Vulkan. Like, if I'm Ferrus, bro, even mentioning Vulkan's name will just force me to get on my knees, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Solidify my belief that Ferrus was definitely one of the Emperor's preferred primarchs, and makes the Emperor's summoning of the blazing figure of Ferrus within the webway just all that more poignant and touching.
Wait, this is one. Oh, the Emperor really liked him? Oh. I was talking about Ferrus and Ferb. Yeah. Ferrus and Ferb. Yeah, y'all know with the platypus and stuff like that. Yeah, Ferrus and Ferb, right? Y'all know who I'm talking. I was talking about them. Yeah, they're yeah.
The more snippets we get to see of Ferrus Manus, the more we get to see an improvement in the character of the Primarch, who in my opinion has suffered more than most from bad writing. And of course his death at the start of the heresy certainly didn't help matters either. There's a fantastic line later in the story where Ferrus finds himself worried and concerned for Vulkan, a brother he hasn't even properly met yet. But that's what makes these great Crusade era backstories just so great to read. We get to see more of...
Okay, maybe I should take some things back. You know, maybe I should. Okay.
The personalities that makes up these amazing characters. I really hope we get to see more of Vulkan and Ferrus together in the future.
Wow.
And the Emperor. But, as always, what did you guys think?
This was cool, man. This was really cool, man. Wowzers. I just want to say that I take everything back. You know, didn't know that this Ferrus dude was actually pretty cool. You know, other than that, man, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna see y'all at the next one out. Bye, everyone.